Brazil's Mato Grosso do Sul police officers used official car to traffic 538 kilograms of cocaine, says Brazil MP. Founder of collapsed Turkish crypto exchange Thodex, Farouk Ozer, sentenced to 11,196 years in prison, last pass under fire again, as users report stolen crypto keys and losses.
Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin argues for blockchain privacy pools to weed out criminals. The core idea of the proposal is to allow users to publish a zero-knowledge proof, demonstrating that their funds do not originate from known, unlawful sources, without publicly revealing their entire transaction graph. This is achieved by proving membership in custom association sets that satisfy certain properties required by regulation or social consensus. Hardware crypto wallet Tangem set to integrate Visa payments in self-escrow payment solution. Future Ethereum upgrades could allow full nodes to run on mobile phones, claims Vitalik Buterin. Quentin Tarantino's final film to get $20 million California tax subsidy. Apple secures rights to book on Sam Bankman-Fried for $5 million. Leah Remini rips criminal Scientology in aftermath of Danny Masterson prison sentencing. A 2004 clip of Conan O'Brien telling Danny Masterson you'll be caught soon resurfaces after actor was sentenced for rape. Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis asked judge for leniency in Danny Masterson's rape sentencing.
Vivek Ramaswamy says he'll deport children of undocumented immigrants born in the U.S. Democratic Farmer Labour Party, DFL's Indian Sri Lankan descent Shivanthi Sathanandan's U-turn, from dismantle police to dismantle crime after violent carjacking. DFL leader Shivanthi Sathanandan attacked during carjacking outside North Minneapolis home. Morocco earthquake, 632 killed as buildings damaged, 128 children affected by E. coli outbreak at Calgary daycares on dialysis.
Portugal steps off the Silk Road. 6 years ago China, Portugal to step up cooperation under Belt and Road Initiative. India, US and Saudi Arabia in talks on rail and ports deal linking Gulf and South Asia, at 4,100 rupees crore. India spent 7 times more than Germany to host G20 in Delhi. BlackRock enters in cryptocurrency market by acquiring Voyager Digital. Ex unfit for banking because of complicity in Saudi spying, lawyers argue. FIFA reports $7 billion spent on summer transfers. Neymar surpasses Pelé as top scorer in history of Brazil's men's team. Zulu prince and veteran South African political enigma Mangosuthu Buthelezi passes away, aged 95. Mike Yarwood, comedian and impersonator, dies aged 82. Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh up for IOC International Olympic Committee membership. Turkish Down syndrome futsal team is in the finals at the European Championship. US stunned by Germany in FIBA World Cup semifinals. Serbia knocks out Canada in World Cup semifinals. Russia summons Armenia's ambassador as ties fray and exercises with US troops approach. Deputy PM, Ukraine will be ready for EU membership in 2 years.
Cuba arrests 17 for trafficking young men to fight for Russia in Ukraine. Call for calm as police attacked with petrol bombs and missiles in Northern Ireland's Derry. EU purchases of Russian LNG up 40% compared to pre-war levels. Spanish energy company Repsol enters U.S. onshore wind with $768 acquisition of ConnectGen from Quantum Capital Group, Quebec. Government to invest $514 million in electric vehicle charging stations. The International Criminal Court will now prosecute cyber war crimes. Apple urges security update after NSO's zero-click spyware. BlastPass hacked US, iPhone, and patches clickless zero-day image processing vulnerability in iOS, macOS. Reddit rolls out keyword targeting in product ads. Formula One to change building name in Las Vegas to avoid October 1st shooter affiliation. IRS deploys artificial intelligence to catch tax evasion. Crackdown on 1,600 millionaires to collect millions of dollars in back taxes. JP Morgan says shekel now likely severed from U.S. stocks for good. Investors account for 30% of home buying in Canada, data show.
Moral reasoning displays characteristic patterns in the brain, with distinctions between moral categories. Despite popular intuition, positive world beliefs poorly reflect several objective indicators of privilege, including wealth, health, sex, and neighborhood safety.
Historical redlining is associated with increasing geographical disparities in bird biodiversity sampling. In the United States, New Mexico governor declares gun violence a public health emergency, and New Mexico governor issues orders suspending the right to carry firearms in public across Albuquerque.
Fasting mimicking diet in mice delays cancer growth and reduces immunotherapy-associated cardiovascular and systemic side effects. New study reveals depression is a risk factor for type 2 diabetes.
School children in classrooms where trees can be seen are less prone to aggression, defiance, and rule-breaking. Electrically charged mist could help capture carbon from power plants. France will launch a €49 summer rail pass in 2024, after the success of the Deutschland ticket.
Mortal Kombat 1 is bringing back vampire Nidora after 17 years, and this time she's played by Megan Fox. Destiny 2 cheater who threatened to burn down Bungie's office reaches $500,000 settlement with developer. UK's Premier League clubs ask government to block nation-state ownership, and English soccer regulator will have financial backstop powers, as clubs call for powers to block state ownership. LA Galaxy transfer midfielder Efrain Alvarez to Liga MX side club Tijuana.
Greece credit rating raised to investment grade for first time since debt crisis, as DBRS Morningstar upgrades the Hellenic Republic to BBB, low, stable trend. Bank of Japan policymaker rules out early end to negative rates. China expands iPhone ban to local governments, state-owned firms. China's top chip maker SMIC appears to have violated sanctions, U.S. congressman says. Apple's reportedly spending millions of dollars a day training AI.
U.S. retailers Kroger and Albertsons sell 400 stores to Piggly Wiggly's parent company in $1.9 billion deal as they look to close their merger. Shrinkflation. French Carrefour announces reduced products. Industrialists shout at hypocrisy.
California moves to decriminalize use of magic mushrooms and other natural psychedelics. Portuguese government is against health alerts in alcohol bottles 4 months ago. Italy formed coalition against wine health labels in Ireland.
Georgia grand jury recommended charging 3 U.S. senators, Lindsey Graham, David Perdue, Kelly Loeffler. Jordan Peterson generates millions of YouTube hits for climate crisis deniers.
Dennis Austin, the software developer of PowerPoint, dies at 76. Indonesia expects delayed rainy season due to El Nino. Hong Kong paralyzed by flash flooding after heaviest rainfall since 1884. Burning Man protests climate change by burning 30-foot-tall wood in effigy, causing 3 metric tons of CO2 emissions. SpaceX must take 63 corrective actions before second Starship flight from South Texas, FAA says, keeps rocket grounded. After spending billions of dollars on SLS, NASA admits its moon rocket is unaffordable. UK-India trade deal. India says not more visas, but easier intra-company transfers and portable pensions. A quarter of Indian youth are unemployed, worse than Indonesia and Bangladesh. UK ahead of EU as bloc likely to slip into recession. Daily Mail in talks over Qatari funding for the Telegraph bid. French Patrick Drahi says, Altice France's BFM TV and RMC networks not for sale, as he sets out debt reduction plan 8 years ago. RPT, French telecoms tycoon Drahi got control of BFM TV.